I'm going to tell the story, even though it's not so PC, maybe for some. Rabbi Yitzchak Havelin is a very big Talmud Chacham, Gon, Oilam. He's the head of, he's the Rav in Ramat Shlomo, and he is the Yeshiv Rosh, that means the director of Heichal Menachem Yerushalayim, the first Heichal Menachem. And the author, I don't know how many Sfarim, of the Rebbe's Sichos and Memorim, so the whole series of Shari he put together, and many other inyanim. So he didn't learn in Lubavitch as he's a descendant of the famous Havlin family, going back generations, sent to Yisrael by the Mittel Rebbe, or by the Rebbe Rashab. I'm not sure to check into that, because there were two aliyahs. At any rate, so he learned in his youth by the Rosh Yeshiva of no less Mir, the Gaon Rab Nochem Partzovich, Zechron Livrocha, Rabbi Nochem Partzovich. So we're going back to 1972, friends. It's in a much more innocent time than today. Today the world is it's the rediscovering its innocence, but we've gone through. You'll hear. So he learned. He was in 1972, Tav Shlamet Beis. He was part of the Kavutza that learned in Beis Chayenu in 770. He was there for the big Farbrengen of Yidalef Nissen, Tav Shlamet Beis, the 70th year. I remember as a child, the big Shturim. A child that was already 15. So at that Farbrengen, which you all seen, we're all very much aware, the Rebbe announced, I mean, there's beautiful footage of that, the Meridike footage, the Chashem Chassisi, historical. And then the Rebbe announces the establishment of this year, 71 Moisdes, Ein Aleph Moisdes, the man of the year, we all heard that talk. So after Pesach, this Havelin, Rabbi Havelin goes back to Yisrael, and he goes to his Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Nochem, who was close and friendly with Lubavitch. And he had been in Yechidus. He'd been to America, been in Yechidus, Bakedesh Pnima. So he was not a misnagid. Rosh Yeshiva, Gaon Olam. So he asked Havlin, Yosef Yitzchak, what was doing by the Rebbe? Tell me what happened. So he told him about the Shnas HaShivim and the Rebbe's establishing 21 Moisdes, 71 Moisdes. So he says his response was out of Partzovich, thought for a few moments, he's thinking deeply, and he said to his Talmud, he said, "Si advar pele." Again, this is the innocent time, friends, in the Jewish world. So there are those that say that the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the Rebbe is worthy of being Mashiach. And there are those who dispute it, who argue. In my opinion, I don't see anybody more worthy of being, in our generation, of being Mashiach. If there's someone, it's the Lubavitcher Rebbe. The Rambam describes the many conditions he goes on to say, defining Mashiach, steeped in Torah, involved in mitzvahs, bringing all Jews back to Yiddishkeit, etc. However, Rosh Yeshiva speaks, the first thing that Rambam says, he has to be a melech. He has to have midas hamalchus. He has to have the property of royalty, of monarchy. So then he concluded, in our generation, person who has the ability and the greatness, when he reaches 70 years old, that he announces he's establishing 71 new institutions, it's only someone has the mid of Malchus. That's Malchus. And therefore, he says, he's even more. In our generation, he said, there's anybody in our generation, it's the Rebbe. That was his response. Yehei Zichrei Baruch. Have a wonderful day, everybody.